Hi, I'm John Rustin, President of the North Carolina Family Policy Council. For over 30 years, NC Family has been a leading voice in North Carolina for family values, for biblical values in our public policy and political arena.
The North Carolina Family Policy Council is held in such high regard, frankly, on both sides of the aisle. We find ourselves dealing with issues that face the family and face all sorts of issues, sometimes even when you don't expect it.
It's a conscience for this facility, and for those of us who serve, it's a conscience to remind us, a lot of us, where we come from and what our real values are. I know we get here, a lot of people who have different values, but many of us who come here, I would say a large majority of people have values from home and were raised up on those values, but sometimes you get here and people do have different ones, but you got to be rooted and grounded in what you believe to be able to hold on to it in this 170 members up here. So I think you guys have been the conscious. You have a way of coming back around and reminding us of who we are and what we should be about.
I would say the research group that the North Carolina Family Policy Council has is tremendous in providing all of the factual information on any issue regarding family values in our state. And they are brilliant in building relationships with those in the legislature and throughout the community to communicate those facts to affect policy, effective policy for families in North Carolina. And they also do it on both sides of the aisle, and that is extremely impressive when you have an organization that can reach out to different groups and different opinions and bring them all together for what's best for families in North Carolina. It's all about good policy for families. And in order to do that, you often have to get families more involved in the political process, and they are brilliant at doing that.
NC Family has done a tremendous job of educating and lobbying for pro-life legislation.
And that personal relationship is there, it exists. There's been numerous times that John has emailed and asked a question, can I clarify, what's happening at the centres with, what's happening in the community and down at the legislature. They are working on that legal end, that education end, but that close relationship, I think, promotes a greater understanding for NC Family people when we have that personal connection with them.
Because you're so good on the education and the involvement. Here's what you can do. And those two things together, when people can see that and read that and be part of that, that's a great way to serve. And I think you are uniquely equipped to do that.
Every day we work to pursue our vision of a state and nation where God is honored, religious freedom flourishes, families thrive, and life is cherished. We also work to educate citizens across the state to be voices of persuasion for family values in their communities, because their involvement is so important to ensuring that good legislation is passed, like here at the North Carolina General Assembly.
God calls us to uphold His effective purpose for state government and human government. And you play a vital part in helping us achieve that, in that you provide the critical link between what has happened down here, what is happening, and what's potentially going to happen as a link back to communities and people who care and concerned about that, so that we can have effective government that honors God.
Family Policy Council dispenses lots of information that is accurate. I know that I can depend on the information that I get. And there are so many complicated issues out there. Some of the policies that we deal with just are far more complex than folks back home know. And Family Policy Council just does a great job letting them know exactly what the facts are, exactly what that bill is going to do if it passes. And that is crucial, because most people pay so little attention.
I very often have to rely on the advocacy groups to alert me to problematic bills. And you were, I think, the very first who flagged both the online sports gambling and then the video poker and the casino proposal. And so these are 50-page bills, and they've got 70 lobbyists working it, trying to tell us their side of the story, but maybe it's not the full story. So it's just been super helpful to be able to talk to you all honestly about what is in the bill and what the impacts are. So like your talking points, your speaking to our caucus members who had similar concerns was really important.
We, as members of that life community that are working every day on these issues, are so thankful that NC Family is here.
And I can tell you that your efforts personally, John, and your team, Jerry, the whole group, the way that you approach issues, the way you have conversation. I've seen you talk to members of this body who probably had a diametrically opposed view to where you did on an issue. And you know what I always saw? I always saw sincerity on your part, an interest in getting good policy, and an understanding and a respect. And I think that says a lot.
It's great to have NC Family here. Jerry is always in the halls, and he's always there to talk, encourage, pray. And it's a big deal because when we're down here, people don't realize how hard we work. They don't realize, and we get here and we don't know anybody but our colleagues. And we're kind of moving really fast, and it's really great to have folks there. Additionally, we get information, we get research, we get stuff about different issues, which helps us defend our positions.
I believe the future of North Carolina is not in government. I believe it's in the family. So I love the fact, the mission, every day these folks are coming in here fighting for North Carolina, but fighting for the family.
Because working together in a partnership, we can really affect positive change for the citizens and the families of North Carolina and our state as a whole. Thank you for your partnership with NC Family. We appreciate it. We're so grateful for you, for your prayers, for your activity, and we look forward to working with you in the days ahead.